I came out to assist Robert, to defend Robert, to help with this case because I saw it was unjust and illegal. January of 2019. I have been out here fighting from can't see in the morning to can't see at night for over 3 years. Not one time did I ever ask anyone to Cash App me. Not one time did I ever ask anyone to PayPal me. Not one time did I ask anyone to donate to my channel, to give me money, to help me do anything. When you come and you fight for someone, you use your resources to help them. And my resources was my ability to think strategic, my knowledge and experience with the law, but most importantly, my knowledge of Robert. So I don't need anyone to send me money when this man needs money. Robert had his money cut off by the Mute R. Kelly campaign. Then he had the government seizing assets. He had everyone around him stealing his money. And he had legal fees that were through the roof. Someone sent me this message about the many things that people were collecting money for. Donate to different bloggers so they can hire lawyers. Donate so they can purchase suits, shoes, and shades for court. Donate to get a copy of transcripts. Donate to add to their money to send a large amount to R. Kelly. Donate for bloggers that he expects to see in court and is very disappointed when he looks around and doesn't see his supporters. Donate to fly in witnesses and put them up in hotels and feed them. Donate to help bloggers get to court, stay in hotel rooms and eat. Someone said they were getting an apartment for him, so donate to keep the rent paid. So when he's released, he won't have to worry about a place to stay. Donate to help get evidence for R. Kelly. Particular bloggers feel that they are appointed to do all these things on Robert's behalf. Donate to bloggers for bringing you information. They have said that the feds were keeping his money that was sent to the MDC to pay back child support. I've heard a lot of that. Pay for bloggers to just do all kinds of things. Pay so they can do research. Pay so they can send packages out. Pay so they can find witnesses and get people to do things. Robert could have had top-notch lawyers for the New York case, and he certainly needs them for the Chicago case. The team he had was sufficient to win, but people wrote him, convinced him, fire his lawyers. So he was left with the only one lawyer that had been there from the beginning who was qualified to take the case, and that's Farinella. But everyone convinced him go with Canik. Canik was a Woolworth's bargain basement attorney. Affordable, but he did not know the law. He never argued racketeering, RICO, or the Mann Act. And he gave a Dr. King speech after the jury saw a sex tape. He never gave proper evidence to the jury, and he did not have sufficient witnesses. He was an epic fail. You can't go into Chicago with that. Robert needs legal muscle. I have never put up a Cash App or a PayPal and said, help me fly to a court appearance, help me take a bus, help me get a hotel room, help me send documents out to people, help me make signs, help me fly an airplane, help me. I've never done any of that. I have never asked anyone for one dime to do the work that I've done for Robert. If I need to fly on an airplane, I'll fly myself. If I need to send documents to anyone, there's email that's free. That doesn't cost you to send documents to people. It doesn't cost you to reach out to people. Email is free. And if I have to overnight something or send it special delivery, I'm capable of doing that. So I don't need to take money out of Robert's hands to do nominal financial work. There's nothing that costs a lot of money. An airplane ticket is not a lot of money. A hotel room is not a lot of money. So I should be able to cover the cost of that myself. Robert needs every dime. I don't need you to buy me a computer. I don't need you to pay my rent. I don't need you to get me a used car. I don't need you to help me eat, buy me groceries. I have not asked anyone. First of all, I have too much pride and I have too much self-worth to panhandle on social media to beg people for money. I don't think that's something grown people should do. I think if you're an adult, you stand on your own bottom. If you're here to help somebody and you can't financially take care of what you're doing, you probably shouldn't be here. Because if you don't have $20 or $30 or even a couple $100, that means you're too fucking broke to help him. How can you help somebody if you can't help yourself? How can you say you're advocating for him and you can't afford to buy a plane ticket? You can't afford to buy yourself a meal. You can't afford to get yourself a hotel room. If you are that fucking broke, that says as a grown adult, you do not have the mental capacity to sustain your own existence. What the fuck can you do for R. Kelly if you can't take care of your goddamn self? How much is a goddamn plane ticket? How much is a fucking hotel room? How much does it cost to FedEx some goddamn packages, to make copies of sheets of paper, to send things special delivery? We're talking nominal amounts of money. So if you don't have $1,000, then you shouldn't be here fighting a goddamn fight. That says your mental capacity can't even generate $500 for your damn self. You don't have the wherewithal to come up with $1,000 for your damn self. How the fuck can you help a multimillionaire, an icon, a legend, get out of his shit and you can't even work your way out of poverty? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't mean you don't help. It means you take a support role. Because if you don't know that you can send documents for free using email, if you don't know that you can call people on the telephone and it doesn't cost anything, if you don't know that it takes $5 to make a sign and hold it up outside of a court building, if you're not capable of doing that, you're not even responsible enough to be collecting cash apps. You're not responsible enough to be doing money drives and GoFundMes and anything else because you can't stand on your own 2 feet financially. It is state law that lawyers cannot solicit money for clients. So lawyers cannot announce Robert needs money, send Robert money, or even send money to them. That is why Mr. Kelly has asked that everyone send money directly to Robert Kelly at MDC. He doesn't want anyone collecting money under anyone's name on his behalf. He doesn't want anyone doing anything with regards to money under using his name. The king of R&B is sitting in prison with rats crawling all over him, being thrown in the hole for the slightest thing. no access to anyone, unable to access money because of Mute R. Kelly, back taxes, freezing his intellectual property, and his fans, instead of sending money directly to him, are being manipulated, mind-fucked, gaslit by those claiming to be supporting him and diverting funds away from him. There are at least 30 platforms that have been collecting Cash App money since they've started their channels. Bare minimum, if each platform raised $1,000 a month, times 30, that's 30,000. Times a year, that's 360,000. And times 3 years, that's over $1 million. He could have had the best lawyer, the best defense team, forensics experts, all types of needed, necessary help to fight the case. And he would have won because the government didn't have anything. But everybody gave you excuse, justification, diversionary tactics to get the money to come to them. They set up fake Cash Apps. They set up fake GoFundMe. They set up all types of justifications and reasons to take money away from this man that his fans were here to support. They created all types of scare tactics and scenarios. We're down to the wire now. If he doesn't get the right legal team for Chicago, he doesn't come home. Robert wants 100% of money coming directly to MDC, to him alone. For 3 years, he hasn't seen a dime of anything. For 3 years, he hasn't seen anything that people have said they were doing for him financially. So he knows he needs everything to go to him directly now. If there is a problem with MDC, he will let someone know immediately, and he will come up with a contingency plan. Right now, this is the way Robert Kelly wants it. 100% of money directly to him at MDC. No alternative, no except for, no backup, no, oh, this one is okay. That's not what he said. 100% of fans and supporters, all money goes to him so he can get lawyers to fight his cases. Call the MDC directly, 718-840-4200, for instructions on how to send Robert Kelly money. Robert Kelly's inmate number is 09627-035. The address is Metropolitan Detention Center, Brooklyn, P.O. Box 329002, Brooklyn, New York 11232. Or go to their website. This is a law-based problem. They threw charges at him based on the laws of the federal government. They did not throw bumper sticker slogans. They did not throw t-shirt phrases. They meticulously and strategically used the law to get Robert Kelly life in prison. What's needed to get him out of this snare is a strong legal mind, a law book scholar, experts, witnesses, and the best legal defense team money can buy. That requires money. And that means all monies, 100% of monies from fans, supporters, everyone around the globe should go directly to Robert Kelly at the MDC so that he can fight this standing up and not on his knees, not broken, not compromised, not with one strong lawyer and weakness all around them. He needs everybody sitting at the table to know the law, to strategically use the law, and methodically, step by step, knock down every single witness, every single piece of evidence, and every allegation in the Chicago case so that Robert Kelly can be found innocent and he can get his freedom back. And this is the form that Robert would use to move his money however he needs to move it where he is. He, under no circumstance does he want anyone giving money to anyone else other than himself. All the bullshit that has gone on over the years with people collecting money, and Robert hasn't seen a dime of it. He doesn't want anyone sending anyone, not one dime, send it directly to him. Anybody that's collecting money, they're not doing it for Robert, because that's not, he's already told you many, many times. I've put out many videos and said, don't give money to anyone. You give it directly to Robert, per his instructions.